to connect to audio.
Here we go. Is it gonna say something? Fuck! God damn it.
No. Yeah. Jeez.
Here we go.
Oh my God, that was nasty.
20 minutes.
Microphone in this one. There was no microphone last time. It was headphones.
I don't know. We're here now. Let's keep moving. Damn.
Okay, what I missed.
Nothing much. Just talking about fires.
I was just telling him about the story of when the trailer broke down, the rainbow trailer thing, from 1975. In front of someone's front yard, the German guy, and he just like got on with his life. He got onto a lawnmower. He was driving it, and he was just driving. I was like, "What the fuck?" It was just fucking hilarious seeing the back of his head,
normal for
just
him.
driving away on this tiny little lawnmower thing.
That was quite the moment.
Should I formally introduce myself, by the way? Because I believe we haven't met. Okay, so my name's Alex, or Alaskan Reality on Roblox. I lived, it's Alaskan not because I'm Alaskan, but I used to live in Alaska. So I remember discovering NerfModder or Jackson's Russian army when I was very young. I think I was 12 at the time. I joined. Wow. It was just a fun, wholesome experience. Actually, no, there was one time somebody used a freeze command in a game and it made it so I couldn't move my screen. And I remember crying because I thought that my computer was broken or something. It was funny in hindsight, but at the time I was terrified. But that was my very first like introduction to this community. I went on to join the army. I'm still in the army, so I'm from the US. And I think part of the reason why I joined was like originally getting introduced to concepts like that, like organized groups of people all working towards one purpose. And I published a while ago a documentary, part 1 of NerfModder's legacy, kind of just showcasing what he did for the platform and how he served to revolutionize groups and communities. And like to this very day, you can see a lot of the after effects of what he's left behind for others to build off of. So it's pretty awesome. It's an honor to meet you.
Yes, it's an honor to meet you too. I think that's the video that Ice sent me, and it was awesome.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
I was so touched by it. I was like, oh my God. Like if Jack was just like here, he'd be like, what? People actually recognize me? Like,
yes, yeah, he has quite the reputation.
It was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. I've been all over the world since then, so I haven't had a lot of time to make a second video, but it is in the works eventually. And really it's more for people who never got to know him to get to know him than it is for those who already know him, because those who know him already knows what he's done. But I think that not enough people know about his contributions to the platform. It'd be awesome to see a lot more people get to know about it.
That's awesome. If you need anything from me, I mean, Ice has control over keeping NerfModder's Roblox going, because I am totally computer illiterate when it comes to that stuff.
All good.
Yeah, before Jack died, he actually got me to sign on to Roblox. So I was Nerf's mom, I think. NerfModder's mom or Nerf's mom or something. And anyway, I went on once. I'm like, yeah, how do you move the controls? And it was like, yeah, because he really wanted me to get involved, right? And I'm like, I don't know how to move this guy.
Yeah.
Like even in the 80s, I mean, I was a pinball person. I wasn't
Yeah. It's all very different.
A machine person, yeah, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just never got into it. So I'm really surprised and impressed with just how much, he really touched everybody. So
yeah.
Oh, pinball, there's a classic.
It's the world to me.
I'll tell you the story of why he's here right now in the call with us. So a few days ago, maybe 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, maybe, I was just on YouTube and I was like, you know what? There used to be, I remember there being a video with, I don't even remember how many views, but maybe close to 100,000 views. It wasn't this guy. I was thinking of someone else. And I just typed in, okay, let's just see all the videos of NerfModder, type in NerfModder, and I checked what was there. And of course, Alaskan's video came up. He has a few with NerfModder in the title. So I had like 20 tabs open with all the NerfModder videos. I was like, there was one made 4 weeks ago. And by the way, it was the 8-year anniversary of Jack's death just 2 weeks ago. So it has been
Oh,
8 years now. That is
yeah.
crazy to imagine that even after 8 years, people are still making videos. People are still leaving comments. And I checked the account the same day, and people are still leaving messages. People are still leaving the comments on videos, still leaving comments on the Roblox groups. So that is how insane it is. Like I was saying the same thing when it was 5 years, when it was 4 years, but the fact that we're close to 10 years now is just insane. So obviously there's a lot of power in not the name NerfModder, but the work that he did and the personality he had and the impact he had on a lot of people. So this is why we're doing this meeting. I just this is the second monthly Jackson's Journey meeting. Last time it was just me and Laura. I was just spontaneously doing it. And I was traveling, so I was in Scotland for some reason. And I don't yeah. And yeah, there we go. But the purpose of these monthly meetings is to just keep this Jackson's Journey idea in discussion, because if we do these monthly meetings, it's in our minds on a somewhat active basis, because we never had these meetings before. I would just go visit once in a while, and that's it, or take care of the groups on a weekly basis and stuff like that. I don't have time for the close attention anymore to the Roblox side, but the least I could do is the monthly meetings. So yeah, it was just crazy that I found, I was looking at Alaskan's videos a few days back, and I left another comment, and I was watching it again for the first time, and he published it 3 years ago, his first part. And then I went on to I was like, I wonder how he's doing, because I remember he used to make some videos and stuff. He used to produce, and I'm producing now. So I checked out his channel, and I was like, wait, he's live streaming right now? I have not made a live stream in my entire life. And I have a pretty big YouTube channel now. So it was like, that's kind of a coincidence. So I just went on to his live stream, and I said, you know what? I want to invite you to our monthly call. And then he read that live. I forgot to give you the link. I didn't show you the live stream. What? I forgot, or I can't remember. I didn't too much going on. I'll show you later, but where he's sitting now, unless it was a different room, he was playing some game, and I came on the chat. You could see it on the live stream, and he was just reading it. So and he responded immediately. So that was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a big coincidence. I haven't been live streaming for a little bit because I was overseas pretty recently, without any internet or anything. So I got back, live streamed. The family's away. It's another reason I'm able to live stream, because I now have it's crazy. When I was first introduced to NerfModder, I was like a kid kind of sneaking onto my parents' computer, and now I'm married with a family. So time flies, But yeah. So my family's away right now. They're visiting their family. But yeah, he just hopped onto the live stream and left a message, and I was like, wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. And I mean, I've been meaning to get around to making the video, but there's just so much to unpack, and it's really hard to do it in a proper way that doesn't really like deviate from the main focus of it, because there's a lot to get through. Not to mention, I've been super duper disconnected from the community altogether, because past talking to him, I'm kind of I'm independent, I'm away from everything. So it is nice to be connected once again and be able to talk to people and see what's going on.
Yeah, for me, it was just the fact that you were live streaming. I was like, wait, this is such a huge coincidence alone. I just got to do this. And here you are. So shit happens for a reason. This is being recorded, by the way. So I think what we might do is I'll probably edit it. I got all the software and everything. If there's anything that needs editing, and I haven't even planned this, or I'm just a very spontaneous person, but maybe this could go on Laura's channel, because that's I told her last time, actually. I was thinking this a few minutes before we started, and then forgot about it during the 20 minutes that Laura tried to use to get onto this call. A few minutes before this call was supposed to start, I was thinking, you know what, it's oh, now I lost my train of thought again. That's crazy. The whole
I'm still trying to get on my computer.
Here we go. I was trying to emphasize to Laura last time that last month that her YouTube videos are actually getting a huge amount of views, considering it's just her recording from her phone selfie mode. So
no kidding.
Let's look at it right now. I want to see.
I was gonna say, what's her channel?
My channel, I think it's under me.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll search. You're gonna come.
Finally got it on my computer. That's what I've been trying to do. Oh, Psycho Mom.
Here we go. Oh yeah, obviously. There we go.
Oh,
Psycho Mom 121.
Drop a link in the chat so I could find it. Oh, there it is.
PSYCOMOM 121. I think that's what I am. Hang on.
Look at you go, getting the
see
YouTube
this
grind on.
4,000 views, 3,000 views. She even did some shorts. Like she's getting into it.
I was.
Last one 3 years ago. Oh no, wait, I'm on the wrong. 10 months ago. Yeah. So there we go. So she is doing it. So it's just an opportunity. I have a bunch
I haven't added yet.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, I have a bunch I haven't added yet, and all I was doing is because people were following how I was dealing with Jackson's death. I felt, well, share my emotions, which I don't normally do, and I don't edit it because I want it to be genuine. And then my friends were telling me when I did the first video, when I was going through a really bad bout of depression, said, oh my God, I was so inspired by your video. And I'm like, holy fuck, seriously? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, they said, well, you should keep doing them. I'm like, okay. So I just, when I was in the moment, I felt the only way to get genuine is if you're genuine, like you're in it. If you're in it, then people will feel it, and then they'll actually see. And then when you, like, I think there was one video I did, I was losing it. And the next day I went back on and I thanked everybody for all the love they gave me, because I could feel the love from the universe. I could feel the love from the universe saying, oh my God, you know, we love you. Like it's okay. It's okay to feel, you know, and that's what Jackson's journey is all about, is to share who you are and share your feelings. And people need to understand that depression works in so many different ways. And if you don't get it out of your head, you're fucked. It reaches you, right? So I felt it was actually therapeutic for me to make the videos, right? It was therapeutic for me, and it was inspirational for other people. I had a girl the other day, I think it was about a month ago, we had a yard sale, and she actually came in, she goes, I've been wanting to come in and say thank you for making that video. And I'm like, oh, you're welcome, you know, like, I'm like, okay, well, and you know, and it was just like, she said it really helped me, and I said, oh, I'm so glad, because I was born to be a healer. I was born to be a helper. I've always been there for everybody. And when Jack died, I knew, because of the way he died. And okay, so he told me his worst fear of dying was he was going to shit his pants. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. That was his worst fear of dying, was he was going to make a mess in his pants. So when I found him at the tree, the first thing I did was check to see if he messed his pants. I actually touched his heart and whatever. So I did whatever I could to get him down. And when I got him down, I did the CPR and all that. When I got his clothes back from the medical examiners and the whatever, there wasn't a bit of anything in his pants. Nothing. His body did not let go in his clothes. So I had to take upon that and the fact that how many people actually responded to his obituary, that Jack told me he'd be dead at 18. I got 2 more years out of him, and I knew that, unfortunately, it was supposed to happen because he was supposed to help save lives. And these are all just signs to me that the universe is telling me, you know, unfortunately, as sad as it was and horrible as it was, and how I really like to have him here right now to give me a hug.
Yeah.
He's bigger than that. Yeah. He's bigger than that. He is such a huge light on the other side. He's helping so many people still. And that's his legacy. And that's what he was born to do. So unfortunately, I hate to say that a lot of lives got saved through his death, but death is nothing that ever feared me. I've never been afraid of it. I was always afraid of what I left behind. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I want to keep Jackson's journey going.
Yeah, to put this into context for you, so what he did wasn't just as small, and I know you're kind of new to the whole Roblox thing. It's still confusing for me. I'm learning this all. But to quantify, okay. So what he did wasn't just start a Russian army or a Spetsnaz group. Those were good things in themselves. But what he created was this kind of model for an organized community, military specifically, with rank, structure, its own sub-communities, different people interacting with each other. What it was for me back then, was a way it was escapism, really what it was. I had a really rough home life at some points, and I would just hop on. I'd see people from all over the world doing whatever they're doing, just interacting with you, giving you their time of day, which meant the world to me as a little kid and got me through a lot. And I would be at school some days just like, wow, I can't wait to go home and play some Roblox. Not because it's a game, I'm shooting people, whatever, because there's people on here that like I want to interact with. And whether they're joining because they just want to rank and want to look cool, or they just want to hide out in a bunker with their friends and be in a battle, whatever it is, he created this model of a not only created but strength community that lives on with I don't know if we could directly attribute it to him, but I don't think the model would be lived on if he wasn't here to do it. But it now extends to millions of players, and from there, millions of dollars. People are making a living off of groups modeled after what he did. Unlike other military groups, it wasn't just a let's yell at you type thing, or let's try milking people for money. It was actually let's create an immersive experience with a structure that people after and progress in and have goals and ambitions in it. And though it is online, all these people are being brought together, just like how you make your videos and people come out and show you support and love. These communities are doing their best to model themselves after what he created. And so you now have thousands upon thousands of players that indirectly were influenced by him. And they may never know who he was. And that's okay, because his legacy, I think, is more important than his username or what his avatar looks like.
It's not about the fame. It's about the message. It's about because that's what Jack was all about. Jack was all about, he cared so much about the world. Like when he was 12 and he first started being about NerfModder, I think, how old is he? I think he was probably about 11 or 12 when he first started being a NerfModder. And it all started with him modifying Nerf guns.
Yeah.
That's how he got it, right? So I'd buy him Nerf guns. He'd modify them so they shoot harder and faster. And that's how he started his videos. And then when he got into the whole Roblox thing, it was all, it was like you said, it was all community for him. It was a way for him to have friends because he was so isolated from his school experiences of being bullied and then, being kicked out of school for, standing up for himself and shit, things like that. So, and then he was afraid to go to school, period. So he taught himself how to read and write through Roblox.
Really?
He technically only had a grade 9 education.
That's insane. That's crazy. Yeah, Roblox taught me to type.
So for the first 3 years of his schooling, he was in a special program in Winnipeg called an LAC program. It's a learning program for kids with disabilities and kids with anger issues, because the school thought he had an anger issue, which he was actually suffering from separation anxiety. So he didn't want to go to school, so he did everything he could to get kicked out in primary. So I sent him to the special program. After coming out of school in grade 3, I had him assessing at a grade 1 education. So when we finished in his, he needed to catch up, and we had switched quite a few schools through his time, and by the time we got, and every year after him, so he would say to me, "Mom, what do I do?" He says, I know I can hurt them. I don't want to hurt them." And I said, "Well, then let them think you're crazy." Because that's what I did. And it worked.
Yeah.
People leave you alone. And so he in grade 4, so I think he was 8. Well, yeah, I started him school down here. He definitely had the kids thinking he was crazy, because he turned around. He was the first. We got here in May of 2005, and he. I have to tell you this because it's just hilarious. And so, so the first month he was there for May, he was student of the month. Got along with everybody, kind of thing, except for the odd bullies. And then by the end, he brought a contraption to school that looked like a bomb, and he told the police he was going to blow them up. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know, right? He was only 8. He told the police he was going to blow them up, and he said, "If that doesn't work, I'm gonna come to your house, and I'm gonna slit your throat," and whatever. I think he went a little excessive, right? He wasn't like, he wasn't actual a violent boy. He just wanted them away from him, right? So his teacher actually called, and she goes, "Laura, I know he didn't mean anything by it, and but this thing really does look like a bomb." I'm like, "Oh shit." Right. So, but they left him alone after that. And then they got to actually know him, and they realized he's actually a cool kid. Right. But I mean, it just tells you the extremes that kids will go to, get away from the bullies and stuff like that. Like it sounds really sad to say, he took a thing that looked like a bomb to school because, of the school shootings and all that stuff. But Jack was not the kind of kid who would actually go out and shoot a school. He had more control over his self than that. But it is amazing how if you look back at some of those people who actually have gone to do the school shootings and whatever because of bullying and because of, the social media and all that shit, maybe they'd actually understand that sometimes you just can't control it. Because when you slip into that where you can't control it, you do stupid shit, right? But oh my God. So after that, he ended up going to, he finished a year there afterwards. And then we ended up out in New Minas, and he had to start all over again, making his friends. And I think it took him 3 months to adapt. And then they wouldn't let him go to the next school. I had to put him in a totally different school. And he started his own policing service in grade 6.
Really?
With the school. Yeah. It was called FCBB, the Federal Child Bureau something. I'd have to go and re-look it up. But the school actually let him start his own kids security thing where they would help the monitors find the bullies on the playground.
Yeah.
Right. So they would help inform the monitors that this was going on and this was going on and this was going on. So you see, Jack. When we left grade 6, we came back for grade 7 back here to Kingston, which is my hometown. And of course, we got stuck with the bullies again.
Yeah.
So he made it through 2 months of school, and him and his friend James were walking down the street, and this guy yelled out the car, "Hey, fags," something like that, right? And then James turns around and yells out back something to them. So they turn around, they come back, and James takes off, and Jack stood his ground in front of this guy and said, "Hey, man, you know what? Meant nothing by it, whatever." And Buddy fucking hit him, and he hit the ground. And if the car that came didn't stop, Jack probably would have got run over.
Jeez.
So because he didn't, so then that's when his anxiety really started kicking in.
Yeah.
So not just from the bullies of the school, and not to mention the school really wasn't helping much, because that's how our school system is, because it sucked. That set off his anxiety too. So he didn't want to go to school. So he only went to 2 years of grade 7, 2 months of grade 7. Couldn't get him back to school. I couldn't get him back to school no matter how hard I tried. I had friends tell me, well, you got to make him. You know, I'm like, yeah, what would you like me to do? Pull him by the head of hair. Hey, buddy, you're now at school. Get your ass into the fucking class, right? Like, I knew Jack. And then grade 8, we had bully issues again. And he made it through 2 months. And then he had this little teeny Gerber knife about that big, literally in his pocket. And 7 bullies came up to him and they were confronting him, and he was there with a friend of his. So he pulls out the knife and he held it down to his thigh and says, "Get away from me." He didn't point it at them. He says, he said, "Get away from me." And then he realized the gym door was open. So he ran into the gym. Buddy chased him. He gave Buddy the knife. And then the principal came in and said, "Well, you know what? You're suspended."
Wow. Yeah.
The cop came to talk to him. He says, "I know it wasn't your fault. And you know what? We're not charging you or anything like that. And we know that this was all them and so on and so forth." But the school still didn't do anything about these bullies. And so he was supposed to go into school as tutoring. And that lasted a month. So he only went through 3 months of grade 8 and they threw him into grade 9.
Damn.
Yeah. No education, right? So he gets to grade 9 and all's going, fine. He met a girl. He had a girlfriend. He got heartbroken when they broke up. And then I think we were getting into grade 10. Yeah. No, wait. Yeah, no, he didn't. Yeah. So we ended up making it through grade 9, but grade 10 was another story. I had to send him to Landmark East, which was a special school, and he only made it till March, and it was a paid school, $35,000 a year. Jeez. So he would have meltdowns when his anxiety would get so bad. He would have these meltdowns, and all you had to do was talk to him, like let him know you're there, and then he'll come out of it, right? But $35,000 school that he was staying at couldn't do that, so they kicked him out of there. God. Right? So he didn't really finish his grade 10. Yeah. Well, you can't really do much without a grade 10.
Yeah.
He wanted to join the military. He couldn't because of his depression. We both went and got our gun license together. We took the course together. And and they wouldn't let him have his license unless the doctor said it was okay because of his depression and blah, 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 blah. And so all kinds of things. So anyway, he overcame all this shit, right? But with Roblox, because he was able to talk to everybody and he was able to come up with these great ideas and of how to be a family, like how to be an actual comrade, right? So to connect together and work together as a team, he found his getaway.
Yeah.
But his fear and the year he died, I didn't realize that the computer actually crashed. Otherwise I would have bought him another one. Yeah. But he told me after he gave it to Trey's, is that's what his name was, I think.
Trey's one back in 2014. Yeah.
Yeah. He was trying to step away from the computer because he wanted to do some more social skills beyond the computer. And because all he was he was constantly on the computer, and he just wanted to expand himself. So he gave it to Trey's until he could work through some shit. And then when he wanted it back, he wouldn't give him back to him. And then it was devastating to him. But that's when he really got in touch with you, right? Ice was somewhere around there. And you guys decided you were going to make your own again. I think it was.
I think that's.
I remember that. So he gave away Ori back in 2014. And I was still there. A lot of people were still there, and we were like, "Oh, what now?" And so NerfModder Jack did his own stuff, but me being in a position of power in Ori at the time, I stayed there for as long as I could. But I was still interacting with NerfModder, and we would go in game, and I would say, "How about I talk to Trey's and we can figure something out?" Or I can't. It's so long ago now. That was
it was so long ago. But Trey's was not cooperative with you or anything.
Nearly 10 years ago. Yeah. That guy. But there you go. So anyway, he's eventually he started Kalash, and I was I think a general there, or maybe a marshal or something. And so I was the only person who was in a top position in both. And then one of the guys in Kalash got jealous and kicked me out. And so I never came back, because not long after that, I think Jack died or something like that. So it's such a long time ago now. But the person who kicked me out was the same person that stole 100,000 Robux from NerfModder,
Wow.
I think 2 days after he died. So that just goes to show
Well, and
the kind of
I didn't, I
chaos
didn't, I
there.
didn't know
But
100,000 Roblox were actually stolen. Wow.
yeah, and that's
oh,
another
we
issue I
talked
want to
about
bring
this
up.
years ago. It was a huge thing. It was extremely disappointing. I haven't thought about it for years, but
So,
to even have that come across your mind the same week that you say this person is your friend who just died, but you steal from them, I don't think
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
Um,
So another
that's
thing
not
that
right.
came up pretty recent, or not recently, but a lot of my channel's been dedicated to like um documentary or yeah, documentaries. And I kind of try to document like all the stuff that goes on within these communities because as you know, NerfModder created this structure, this framework for people to have some sort of system that they can function within, all work towards a common goal. Um, but unfortunately, parts of those vision have been lost with many communities. So many of these you now have people that a lot of these bullies they'll still go to Roblox. The bullies that he dealt with in school very well might have been on Roblox too.
Yeah.
So you now have these Roblox bullies who resort to things like doxing, death threats, extortion to get their way. They will ruthlessly bully and harass people off of the platform. I've had some crazy situations where people were making others like just pretty much embarrass themselves on camera to get their accounts back after they were stolen. There's a lot of that stuff going around, and I'm making every conscious effort that I can to bring that stuff to light and make it stop. But it extends all the way up to the highest levels of Roblox now, where I have uncovered um, Roblox interns partaking in behavior that a lot of people would consider to be taboo or inappropriate or an abuse of their power. And so that's one thing I think that I hope to accomplish with these videos is kind of showing people that, his legacy exists, but people are tainting it by pretty much projecting their own insecurities onto others and using
Yeah.
the one time that they get power as an opportunity to put others down. And that's really scary to see, but it is a thing. It's very real, and I'm sure you might have seen or heard about a little bit of it, but it gets so much deeper than I can even begin to say.
Oh, for
And I'm
sure.
hoping that we could do something to stop it.
Yeah, just for those people watching, this is probably going to be on Laura's channel. Let's see. So my name is Ice White. I'm ag4Official. Me and Laura here. I saw some videos over the last few weeks and few years that say, oh my God, NerfModder is not dead. His account is active. We have an explanation for that, and if you read the description of NerfModder, or if you actually pay attention to what we are
I play
saying.
NerfModder every now and then.
Exactly. So I'm screen sharing here. NerfModder's profile. NerfModder began his adventures on Roblox in 2008. Over the years, NerfModder was respected and admired for his unique creativity and efforts he put into his games. He was a leader and a friend to many, 28,000 plus people. Roblox changed how the thing works. Actually, yeah, he
Yeah.
had 51,000 friends back then. Roblox changed the
Mhm.
system, so friends are now followers. That was years ago.
Yeah.
Things have changed so much. But anyway, um, he never let a man down or leave anyone behind. He was a true comrade at arms, a warrior who won many battles. I was there, man. I was there. Sadly, though, there was one battle he could not win, his battle with depression, which took his life on 3rd of June 2015, 8 years ago. 8 years and 15 days ago at the time we were doing this video call. He did not want to die. He wanted to live, and he fought every day just like he did in his games. But it was a bad day for him. And his choice to numb his pain ended his life. But even though the body is no longer with us, his spirit will live on eternally with the help of his comrades. NerfModder's legacy will continue in the games he has created, and every time you play, know that he is playing along with you. Or actually, I think we put it, you know what, I think there was an update, so we can't see that status anymore, where it actually
Yeah, you can't see
clarifies.
statuses.
Damn. Okay, that's
Yeah,
why.
I was
Now
saying
that
way
makes
back in the
sense.
day, I was way back in the day I was friended with him, but I think now I'm just following because Roblox updated, so I'm not a friend anymore, but it is what it is. I'm gonna do my best to honor his legacy with whatever I can create. It's just my most pressing concern right now, one is showing people what he actually wanted people to do. Two, showing them that it's not always right to warp somebody else's work for your own personal gain. And I mean, the stealing Robux is just one of many examples of that happening. But there can't be good without bad, and there's so much negativity that has to be gotten over. And it's going to be an uphill fight, but I think it's one worth pursuing, because if just another one person, another Alex in reality, can join a game and have a wholesome interaction that gives them something to look forward to during a rough school day, I think that's worth every hour that I pour into editing these videos, promoting them, getting people to reach out and spread them. That's all that counts for me. So hopefully those things will keep spreading. And um, you know the group wall is so wholesome. That's always amazing. What year was he born, by the way?
1990.
1995.
Okay, so he's 4 years older than me, huh? Yeah, I'm just just a baby compared to him, but
You're just a
yeah,
baby.
yeah, but yeah, I'm now
A baby
24,
with
so
babies.
Well,
yeah, that's
just
right, a lot of
to
babies.
You're
just
a
want to
baby with
clarify
babies. I
a
think
few
that's
things.
wonderful.
Yeah,
Just to clarify a few things for the guys watching. So I was just saying a few minutes ago, you can't see Roblox removed the feature, and now you can't see what we used to have on the profile, which said something along the lines of, if you see this account online, it's either ag4Official or NerfModder's mom.
For me,
Just reading the
yeah.
messages, because I checked the account a few days ago. There are still lots of messages on NerfModder's legacy. If you're joining, please join this. If you're watching, please join this group. It's Sunday today. Every 7 days on Sunday, I go onto Google Sheets and I keep track. I've been doing this for 2 or 3 years now, of the number of members, the amount of members on this group, and I track various other things in my life, and it goes up and up and up. I could show you back when it was 2,000 members. It has been growing like
It
crazy over the last
should
few
go up by
years.
another, because I just rejoined it. Yeah, Roblox kind of gutted all my groups when I lost Builders Club. So
They
yeah, I'm back in
changed
the group.
everything. But the
Yeah.
last comment you see here, 3 days ago, it has been 8 years in 15 days since NerfModder died. And the last time someone commented on this group, I don't know about the messages because I haven't checked today, but 3 days ago, even though it has been 8 years and 15 days. So I know we talked a lot about the past and various things about Jack's life during this call. But in the time we have left, I just want to talk about the future now. So if you're watching, please join NerfModder's Legacy. I'll set everything up in the description. If it's on Laura's channel, I'll give her all the details you need. But I want to show you what Jackson's journey actually is. So I'll tell you the story back in 2020. What year is it now? 2023. Back in
Yep.
2022, I think the beginning of 2022, I had a dream. I was living in Peru at the time in Lima. My wife is from Peru, in South America. And I was staring at the ceiling. I went to sleep. And when I woke up, I remembered some kind of dream. So I remember back in 2019, Laura was telling me her dream to have a sanctuary for Jackson's journey. So on Roblox, by the way, we refer to NerfModder's legacy. For everything in general, we refer to Jackson's journey. NerfModder's name was Jackson. So Laura's dream was basically to have some kind of, I'm saying it in my words, feel free to say it in yours after this, but a sanctuary where you can go hiking, you can enjoy nature, and you can really connect, because that's what we should be doing. And there, Jackson's Journey is a charity, and we have been trying to raise money, but all we did a few years, I say a few years back, like 7 years ago now, was sell a few of his limited items on Roblox and PayPal. We did get a few. We got someone who scammed us. I can't remember her name. 7 years ago, she offered money to pay for a limited, and I know we're not supposed to do that on Roblox, but it's a special situation. This was supposed to be for charity, to raise money for Jackson's Journey. And there's like a PayPal scam where whoever buys an item can claim their money back. So that person not only paid for the item, got the item, which we couldn't take back, but got the money back through some loophole. So we got scammed, basically.
Yeah,
but
that's rough.
That's just the backstory. In my mind at that time, it was like, what am I actually doing to project myself into the future and really make massive progress? So this dream actually gave me the answer of how we could actually raise money for real without selling things or being reliant, because it has been 8 years now and we have achieved a lot of things. Let's not take away from the accomplishments. There are a lot of accomplishments that NerfModder's legacy, Jackson's Journey, that NerfModder has achieved after his death. It has been 8 years, as I keep saying. It's insane. But the fact that it has been such a length of time tells me, how much longer will I wait to make this happen? So this is what my dream gave me. It gave me the answer. So the dream told me, why don't we just take a bus or a trailer or something, because we did go on that camping adventure a few years back with the trailer, but the trailer broke down, the wheel came off, it was a disaster. So it was like, okay, no trailer, forget that. There's another answer somewhere. But I was like, I love road trips, so this is like a bonus for me to travel even more. But if we take this on the road, on a bus or some kind of vehicle or whatever, we can visit all these towns across Canada. This is where we'll start right here. If you could see my mouse, that will be Kingston, Nova Scotia, and travel all around Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, Quebec, go through Ontario, and head west all the way to Vancouver Island, to the city of Victoria. That is a journey of a few thousand miles. Is this ambitious? Yes, it is. And that is great because we are up for the challenge. And I don't know how long it will take, but that dream is what motivates me. And I think it's wonderful, because if we're going to raise, this is the number we kind of figured out a few years ago, to raise money for the land. Some things have changed, inflation, blah, 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 but let's just stick with this for a minute. $150,000. If we're visiting all these places, raising money or online awareness, get some news coverage, but also meeting people in person can be such an amazing thing to do. So after I had that dream, I made this Google Docs file. I wrote everything down. I have developed and added more ideas since then. Last time does it show me the edit history? Yeah, last time I edited was a month ago. So I still come back to this. How do we raise money? We create a Facebook event for each stop, photo opportunities with pageants, because NerfModder's sister was doing that. Radio stations are very powerful locally in Canada. So there we go. And so many more. I'm not going to go too much into the details, but I will show you around here. I want to get a bus if you can help us. If you're in Canada, I'm basically looking for a bus because, as I said, the trailer blew up on us. So we can't rely on that. We couldn't even get halfway through
Yeah.
Nova Scotia. So we're not going to be able to take that all the way to the West Coast from the very start of the East Coast. That's not going to happen. Couldn't even go 50 miles, man. That's how it was. But there you go. Anyway, yeah, I'll skip this, but we can do speeches. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the main thing. So I made a page for each breakdown of each province. So starting Kingston, we could do parades because that's where NerfModder was operating from, where he lived, where Laura is right now. And these are all the stops that I thought made sense, and the map displays the exact route. Go to Yarmouth, Shelburne, which is on fire at the moment. So unfortunately, that's a bit sad. Lunenburg, most beautiful town in Canada. Halifax, the city. Elliot Page is from Halifax. I have to think there. I was like, am I saying the name correctly? Yes, I got it. Charlottetown, there's nothing there. So Prince Edward Island, there's only like Charlottetown there. So that's the only stop, I guess.
No, there's lots of little towns, and you gotta look at Cavendish, because Cavendish is popular for tourism.
Of
and
course.
Then you kind of gotta look at Summerside. Summerside's a little it's quite a good size little city town type thing.
This is why we need to have these meetings.
Yeah,
we got to plan this more.
There's quite a few things in PEI, and then I mean, you don't even have going to Cape Breton in there, and there's a lot up that way, like New Glasgow.
The Cape funny Breton. Thing is, it looks like a lobster too, so it's just beautiful.
I know, it looks like a lobster, right? And you know what? We're famous for our Atlantic lobster, so it's great.
New Brunswick got a few towns. Oh yeah, so I wrote down like the main places that I know of, and like the resources there. There will be other places, but I didn't plan much more beyond. Yeah, even in Quebec, I only got 6 places there. There's much more, of course. So this can really be expanded. Ontario, lots to do. Manitoba, I'm like, oh man, there were 2 places there. And all the way to Alberta, BC. And there you go. Yeah, I didn't really expand that much. So there we go. I haven't looked at that for a while. But that is the idea. So let's go up here. We can work with Roblox. We're happy to do that. Speak at events. We could have our own website where it has like a progress bar with a boss on it. It's just good to speak about these things, because a few months back I was talking to a guy who does some charity work for some kind of cancer, and I told him about this, and he said, you know what, you need QR codes. Put a QR code on the bus. And I was like, okay, I'll write that down. So I am constantly looking for ideas. So for those watching this, I hope this inspires you. I hope when will this happen? Maybe in 1 or 2 years. My wife has brain cancer, so things are pretty complicated. She can't fly because of cabin pressure. So we're stuck in an island, basically. There we go. In the future, there's no way I can die before making this happen. That's how dedicated I like to make this. And I like to be a man of my words. So trust me when I say this, I am going to do this. We're going to do this, and it's going to be great. But for those watching, I hope this inspires you. It has been 8 years, and NerfModder's name is extremely strong, and he continues to inspire people. And we can amplify that by doing Jackson's journey across Canada.
Yeah. So I just want to iterate a little bit here what the Jackson's Journey Sanctuary was in my mind. Me and my kids always went camping. We always went on hikes. This was our way of dealing with, the stressors of the world and so on and so forth. And Jack loved nature. He loved going out and hiking and role playing in the woods with his friends, things like that. So I told Jack before he died, I said, because I was waiting for a car accident settlement. And I told him that with that money we were going to, because he was worried he wouldn't have a job. And I said, oh, buddy, don't worry about it. I said, you know what, we're gonna buy some land, we're gonna build a campground, you know, and then you can actually show the kids how to survive, you know, in the wilderness, and you can teach them things, and you can help maintain the campground, so on and so forth. So I used to own a convenience store, and I used to throw it out there to people stating that I wanted to buy a piece of land and I wanted to build an off the grid campground, you know, not with TVs and all that stuff that you see people camping. I don't know what it's like down where you are, but our camping experience is going in the woods and popping a tent, right?
Yeah.
Cooking off the fire, the whole kit and caboodle. So my plan was, since Jack passed, I wanted to continue to go do the campground idea. Off the grid, people can donate by, you know, helping make a community garden, helping to build outhouses along the trails, help build trails, and then they can camp. You know, it'd be a camp at your own risk kind of thing, because, you know, if you start going into the government and making it a business, they take all your money. And it's not about making money for me. It's about reconnecting to the universe through nature, reconnecting to each other, because that's what Jack was all about. As you can tell by the Roblox, like you were saying about Roblox, it was all about bringing people together, like-minded people together, so that you had your own little community. I grew up through my depression through community. I wasn't close to my family at all. I am now, you know, but I wasn't. So community is what helped me get through my depression, was the support and the love from communities. So when you get reconnected to people that are like-minded, who feel that empathy, who you know, want that feeling of feeling accepted for who you are, it comes when you're in the woods and you're listening to the river, or you're listening to the birds, or you're just enjoying the atmosphere, right? That's what Jackson's Journey Sanctuary is to me. I did have a GoFundMe out there. I did, however, state in that GoFundMe that there wouldn't be any RVs, but now I'm kind of thinking, if I can actually get the land, I might put some RVs in there, just so that there's places to stay, right? So it's kind of like a hippie commune type of scenario, you know, like together, right? But yeah, I was trying to stay out of the whole putting it in as a charity, because here in Canada, when you go into being a charity, it's attached to the government, you know, and then they're digging their hands into it. You see where I'm going with that? Yeah. You know, so anyway, when I threw it out there to all kinds of people were like, yeah, it's a great idea. You know, people can camp for free and all connect and so on, stuff like that, right? And it's like, so I gave up my store, which was, you know, 6 figures.
Yeah.
I now make 12,000 a year. Anyway, so I gave up my store thinking that, you know, out of all the people that I know, I mean, even if somebody donated $5, right, to my GoFundMe, I'd have enough to be able to buy land. And there's land that you can get around in Nova Scotia that you don't have to be $150,000. But, you know, by the time you end up putting a septic, roads and stuff like that on there, it does start costing money. So because I kind of got deterred from buying the land, or even, I don't want to ask people for money. That is not my way. I'd rather people just say, you know what, this seems like a really good thing. I don't want to ask people for money. I want to get the word out there about depression. I want to get the word out there and share Jackson's journey, to share the love, not the hate, to help people reconnect with each other, to help them find their inner person, be themselves, you know, be soulful. So now my daughter and I have come up with another idea, that if we don't end up raising money for the land, I'm going to sell my house. Because I don't owe a lot on it, but I can get a lot for it. So I'd rather sell my house, buy myself a little camper, piece of land, and start working it that way. And I'm a barter type person. So, I mean, I have a lot of traits that I can do. Like, I have a lot of jobs. I can do carpentry. I can do all that stuff, right? But I also have a lot of friends who would be more than willing to come and make roads for me if they can have the wood, kind of scenario. You see where that goes, right? So it's a lot of community coming together, going to the old school ways of bartering with each other, to do all that stuff. So everything's feasible, but I can't sell my house and put it into Jackson's Journey Sanctuary until I have a piece of land so I can move to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I can't sell the house and not have nowhere to go. That doesn't fly, right? So, but yeah, I love how enthusiastic ICE is, and I'm so proud of that. And I think the idea of touring across Canada and getting the word across and speaking to people and letting them know that, hey, you're not alone. You know, you're loved, right? People are loved. They just don't feel it because it's such a negative world right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a me world. It's a me world, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jackson's Journey is all about sharing the love, not the hate, and reconnecting through all that. So I just wanted to iterate how I came across with the idea of Jackson's Journey Sanctuary. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And for guys watching this, if this is a monthly meeting, feel free to join. I'll try to set up some kind of Google Forms or something so I can see people leaving their email details, so I can invite you to the calendar invitation. So Alaskan who's here, you're invited to all the future ones. It's just for the sake of having a discussion on a monthly basis whenever people can make it, to keep this ball moving. Like, we all have our own struggles. My wife has brain cancer, so I can't make this happen right now, but I am a doer. And you bet your ass that I'm going to move this brain cancer aside. Whatever happens, I'm going to keep things moving and make things happen. That's the kind of person I am. Life can be very difficult. Sometimes there are so many things that can be thrown at you or the people around you. Like, even if you're watching this from Roblox, especially, I understand that some guys don't want to come onto this call because they're a bit young. They might be a little bit shy of their voice, something like that. This is open to everyone, man. Feel free to turn your camera off if you're like that, because even me, it wasn't until 2018 that I did not reveal any information about myself. 2018, after nearly a lot of years on Roblox, I was getting hate from all directions and in all aspects of most aspects of my life, especially on Roblox and stuff like that. And 2018, I made this decision to say, fuck it, let them have me. What are they gonna do? Come to my house? One person did, but there you go. But I used to be extremely paranoid, but this one person who came to my house was not from Roblox, was from something else. I just turned around and I was like, what the fuck are you doing in my house? What are you doing? This guy followed me home. He has nothing to do with what this call is about, but there you go.
Yeah.
Life can be an adventure. There are ups and downs, but for any young guys watching who are curious about Jackson's journey, NerfModder's legacy, I encourage you to join these calls in the future. Open invitation, even if you're just here to listen. That's okay. You can use the chat. That's no problem. So open invite to you guys. Just sign up through Google Forms, and I'll send you a Google Calendar invite. All the details will be on Google Calendar every month, so we can keep this conversation going. Who knows? Maybe you have an idea for this tour that can really make a huge impact. How amazing is that opportunity? Because nothing is ever 100%. NerfModder's legacy continues to build. NerfModder's games were not necessarily 100% finished. So there is potential to contribute whatever way. It's fine to just listen. So I encourage you to join us. Like, I got a weird name myself. My name is Ice. So 2018, there you go. Weird family tradition. 2018, I just decided to put an Easter egg in one of the games, and then a few people picked up on it really quickly. I thought it would take years, but it only took 2 weeks to find who I was, even though my name is very, you wouldn't even think that's a name, but there you go. The Easter egg did come quickly. And then after that, what a weight off my shoulders, seriously. Because I have faced a lot of frats in my time. No matter how crazy, I could go on all day about this stuff. But if we're being real here, it was such a relief to just come out in the open and say, I have nothing to hide. I am me, I am myself, I accept myself. That's it. End of story. Continue with what you're doing, that kind of thing. So and Jackson's journey will continue to amplify all this inspiration that NerfModder gave us. It has been 8 years, and I hope this continues to snowball wildly out of control to inspire even more people. So let's keep this going.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep, I'm in.
There we go.
So Alex, can you send me your YouTube so that I can, have you attached to my guy, because I don't have very many on here, but I'd love to be able to follow you.
Yeah, a majority of my content is news-based or trolling or silly haha videos, because those are the ones that get the exposure for the important stuff, but I'll send it all over.
Send that all over to me. That's okay. I've been on Jack's channel and he's got some pretty wild. He used to make movies,
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he used to make movies with my ex's kids and things like that. And actually, I had a young fella living with us at one point, and he was known as Lemon the Man. That's what his site was, and I can't find his videos now, but he had all kinds of videos of Jack, because Jack would star in them, like Slender Man one, and there was a fire one, and there was all kinds of really neat movies that they would put together making. So I love watching those unique, he's got a cartoon one out there on his site, and it's hilarious to sin. When he was at Landmark, he did I think there was one where he'd go and I think it was a drug one, but what he did is he went and he clicked his hands on some hand sanitizer, sniffed it, and fell down.
I remember.
And then my frame mate is bad. I think that was the other one he did. He was on his computer, and then he puts his computer down. He comes running out into the real world, and he goes, "Oh my God, it's so bright, it's so good." And then he goes, I'm lagging, and then he runs back in, right? So I love those type of funky, weird videos.
Yeah, much appreciated. Yeah, I sent it in the chat, and worst case scenario, Ice White will be able to pass it your way.
Okay,
I'm
wonderful.
also able to be I'm also able to be reached on Facebook or Discord. God forbid you ever make an account. It's more complicated than this. I wouldn't recommend it. But I'm always available and open. If you need help with anything, just let me know. I'm here to support.
No, sounds awesome. So are you the one with the circle and the two people?
Yes, that's so fun fact. That's my dad used to be a paratrooper in the Army, and that was me and my little brother watching him jump out of a plane in Hawaii. And I've always been scared of heights. I never thought I would have done the same thing. But I became a paratrooper eventually, and I was like, this picture goes hard. And lo and behold, I started jumping out of planes too, so might as well pay homage to that. But yeah, that's the picture.
Wow, you have 497 videos.
I have a lot of them are
too shorts.
You got 671,000 views, nearly 5,000 subscribers. That's more than me, and I've been working hard. I got Rollo Tomasi on a few of my videos. He's a best-selling author. I got some famous people in my videos, and I'm still not as big as you.
Yeah, well, my biggest collaborations, and I'm sure people like this would love to amplify the message too eventually. So Green Lego Cats 123, I believe he has 1 million subscribers. Ruben Sim, who Roblox actually sued recently. Also a million subscribers, but very wholesome person. Shark Blocks. A lot of these people are, they would 100% get behind a good message. And I was actually going to bring up to you all the possibility of reaching out to Roblox corporate to maybe speak at RDC, which is a developer conference, something like that. Just a quick presentation on his legacy and, you know, how to uphold it, whatnot. I probably won't be at RDC, but it's a good opportunity nonetheless. But there's a million opportunities, and the bigger your channel gets, the more reach you'll get, the more people will come up to you with these interesting opportunities. And I will share every last one with y'all because I know this is a cause worth getting behind. I mean, it made me who I am today being in those groups. It's silly. My little Lego characters in the back of my mind every time I went to school, and I was like, I'm gonna come back, make some more friends, get on my Lego grind set. It was amazing. So
yeah. I guess I gotta post. I think I have a couple of Jack's actual Lego videos, like he actually took the Lego, made it, moved the little guy, made an actual video with my video camera. Yeah, I've got them somewhere here, so I'm gonna have to go and post those because I think that's why he was so drawn to Roblox when he first found it, because he was actually making Lego movies, with his own.
No, I was the same way. I used to do the same thing. I had a little Nintendo DS, and I make little Lego videos. And I saw this game, and I was like, "This is literally, I love Legos. This is me. Like, this is meant for me." And it just clicked.
Right? Yeah, we have a whole room of Lego upstairs of Jackson Chanel's Lego that I bought over the years. We have an actual room upstairs all set up for my grandson and my daughter.
Entire Lego room.
An
entire Lego room.
An entire
Lego
that's
a dream.
Room.
That's legit.
He goes up there and she builds with him, and he's 4. So it's great.
Yeah, whenever my kids are old enough to not choke on the Legos, I'll probably start getting them for them. But right now, it's a hazard. I can't do that.
Oh yeah, you got to go with the big Lego. You have to start with the big Lego with the kids. Yes,
and
we had the big stuff.
When you turn 100, you have to get rid of them.
I'll just keep them. I'll keep them and walk on them. It'll keep me fresh.
Oh yeah, my kids played Lego even before Lucix came along. Before Jack passed away, Chanel and Jack were still playing Lego.
Yeah.
It's the bomb, man. It's the bomb.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
It's imagination at work. It's fabulous.
Yeah. But yeah, following this, I'll probably try to edit it together, and I think the most amplification is everybody post this to their own respective channels. I might include like just a quick forward. I'm gonna keep it unedited past like when we're loading, because I don't think anybody wants to see us all loading together, although that is entertaining. I'll just do a quick forward about what the video is. And this will be
I wasn't recording when we waited 20 minutes for that part wasn't recording. That's okay.
Yeah, I'll include a quick forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll leave a quick forward and then just leave it unedited, and this will be more of a long form video. It won't be like the quick catchy one that gets all the views, but for those actually interested in being more involved in this endeavor, and maybe after this I'll release an edited version where it just kind of highlights key points in the conversation and like good takeaways for people to have, because it is exceptionally rare for me to make more serious videos on my channel, just due to the fact that I don't want to mess them up. That's it. So like I just want to make sure I get things right, because once it's on the internet, it's there forever, and we don't want to have a NerfModder's Legacy Part 2 where it's just me sneezing. So yeah.
Well, that's what I've been doing when my microphone was off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
I think unedited is pretty good because it shows you're genuine. You're not cutting anything out. That's what I like. But I do believe in cutting. I do believe in cutting out the trying me trying to get online.
Yeah, it's
that wasn't even recorded. I paused that, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If a lot of the time with YouTube's algorithm, if like long form content, it is more genuine. When you want stuff to reach more people, you have to kind of clip things together in the most engaging way, as terrible as it is. Because I think a good message getting out to more people it can sometimes be better than a better message getting out to less people. So if more people see it and they're like, I want to learn.
That might be the old
click on the longer.
I think that might be some old stuff, because I'm doing a lot of collaborations now. One of the main guys I collaborate with runs the biggest podcast in Las Vegas. His name is Michael Sartain, and he interviewed Just Pearly Thing. She has millions of subscribers recently.
I know her, yeah.
And she gave her strategy of how she grew so quickly. So she has her entire video unedited kind of thing. And what I have been doing for the last few years is I cut out all the ums and ers and all the spaces, all the useless shit. I cut it all, I chop it up so much. If I showed you my Premiere Pro, it's like block, 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 instead of line. So I know exactly what you mean, but in the last that interview was only released like 1 or 2 weeks ago. So in the last 2 weeks since I watched that video, I now realize you can have the unedited version and you can upload the highlights and you can upload lots of shorts. You can do all of those. Upload the long one first and have the highlights just coming over the next few weeks and the shorts coming over the next few months. That's how she did it.
Because I found with my videos, sometimes they were really long, but people still watched them.
Yeah, and fun fact, one of my longest videos, I remember I was editing this video. I went through a really long Roblox basic training, which fun fact is based entirely on how NerfModder ran his basic trainings back in the day, but really long, like Marine Corps Roblox basic training. I remember specifically sitting like hunched over my computer, like just clipping and clipping, and I'm like, this is painful. Like this actually hurts. I don't want to ever do this again. I published a video thinking it was nothing because the channel wasn't really doing well. And I went back like a couple weeks later and I'm at, 30,000 views, couple, more weeks later, 50,000 views. I think it's at 57,000 views right now, but a lot of people recognize that video. In that video, even though it's like a goofy meme video, it still takes an aside for like, and this is my favorite part of the video, where I think there's 1 minute where it goes into the toxicity that exists within these groups and what people can do to counteract it, or at least be aware of it and avoid it. But there is still a worthwhile purpose, even if it is like a meme video. And given that this is a serious video, I can just clip together all the bits that will grab people's attention, and then they can watch the rest of the video if it's something that interests them. But yeah, it's a real possibility, and I think everybody here has enough drive and commitment to get the message out, because reaching people is the hardest thing. I'm sure y'all know, trying to raise money in the GoFundMe and everything like that. Like there's a million people who want to donate, but only like 5 of them that know about it. So that's the rough part, but we'll get there.
Yeah, that's definitely the rough part.
Yeah.
And before we end, I want to show my crazy suitcase. You haven't seen this for a while. I still got Jack on there, Depression Kills, Talk to Someone. Jackson Fowler, 1995, 2015, Jackson's Journey. There we go. Part of the sticker got ripped off because you know how the people at the airport are. They just fucking throw it. Oh, yeah, chuck it. It irritates me. So the stickers come off all the time, but that has been on there for years now, for 5 years. Yeah, 5 years I've been having that on there.
You still got that suitcase. God, I think we throw ours out every 2 years or something, even though we don't use them.
This is it cost me a lot of money. I'm not ever getting rid of this. Check again in 10 years. I had it for 5 years now. But anyway, yeah, talk to someone. If you're a young guy or girl watching this, because I know a lot of the people looking for NerfModder videos are pretty young, so you're probably a Roblox person watching this. I don't know, we'll see. But whoever you are, if you're on Roblox, come join the NerfModder's Legacy group. We have a Discord channel. I don't Discord server. I don't check it much these days because I'm extremely busy, but there will be people there to take care of that, to let you in. And there's a specific channel where you can talk to people and get some help if you're feeling a bit down. So that's there. Otherwise, if you're not a Roblox person, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Talk to people. I have a wife with brain cancer. It's a very hard thing. Her type of brain cancer has a very high death rate. So it can be very crushing for anyone in that kind of position. And people have been telling me, maybe you should go to therapy and stuff like that. And I tell them, talking to people is therapy. I'm talking to you right now. That's how I do it. Maybe that's the right way to go. People do things in different ways. I say, go talk to people, and that can help you. So there you go.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, my messages are always open. Yeah, if you guys ever want to talk, I'm here. Anybody watching too, my messages are always open. I answer every single Roblox message, which is painful because most of them are bots. I don't answer those. But as long as you don't sound like a bot, I'll answer you. And same thing with y'all on the call. I'm always available to talk if you guys ever need anything or just have ideas. Like I'm down to toss those around. But yeah, I'm glad to have this opportunity.
I'll be honest with you, I am not computer happy.
Yeah.
I find sometimes being on the computer, that's why I don't do a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that, or I don't respond to them. It's because I find if I'm on my phone or on my computer too long, it's draining. It's very energy draining. So, you know, if I don't get back to people right away, that would be why.
Yeah.
I may have a Facebook and I have a Jackson's Journey Facebook page, but I'm really not on there that often. I know I should get back on there a little more, but yeah, message me anyway through Messenger.
Yeah. I'll add you on Facebook. I think I found you. Works at Jackson's Journey. I have an option. Yeah, I have an option to follow, but not friend. Weird.
I know, isn't that weird? Because I've got it set to public, so it should allow you to me to friend you.
Goddamn,
well, I'll be your newest
strikes
follower.
Again.
Yeah, I'll be your newest follower. So if you want to friend me back, if that's possible, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Let me go real quickly in here.
Yeah, for guys watching, you can
Are you
find
under Alaskan Reality?
No, I'm Alex on here.
You're Alex on here, Alex. Okay, so do we have a last name, or do you don't want to say that?
It begins with a W.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be me standing in front of like a statue. I think my daughter in the background. But yeah, worst case scenario, I'll just use ICE to help get us connected. Facebook's weird, so it's hard to get working sometimes. But yeah, we'll keep in touch.
Okay, no, that works. Yeah, I'm just scrolling there. You said it's a picture of you in a statue?
Yeah, I'm like squatting down in front of the statue. It looks like a. I'll show you that. I'll actually put the picture up to the screen. Here. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Hang on. Oh, okay. I need to find that picture. Okay.
Yep. But I'm just following. So like if it doesn't let me do a friend request, I'll
Oh, well, then I could probably go into my thing saying who's following me. And then it'll show me.
Facebook is weird. Right? I got thousands of followers on there, and people send me friend requests all the time. I don't even get the notification. So I don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll go and I'll try to figure that out.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. So if you I have so many messages in all platforms I use, especially Facebook. But on Roblox, NerfModder gets more messages than I do. And I'm alive. So that's a fascinating fact. Nobody messages me. I changed my settings so only people who can follow me on Roblox can send a message. So I don't get any spam. I don't get anyone. I get like 2 people per month.
Yeah, I just sent you a message too, so hopefully that makes it easier to find me.
I'll bring up the message. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, I just said hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
It didn't come to me.
Do you have message request?
There you are. I got you. Yep. Got you. Hello. Okay, here we go.
Okay, yeah.
Respond and say,
we should bring a timer in here. That did not take 20 minutes. That was
quick.
More like 2. That was 10 times better.
There, I know, right? I figured that part out. There, you're my friend now, I think.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll see.
As soon as I message you, you become my friend, don't you?
Maybe she accidentally made herself the owner of Facebook and banned her account.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
She's the new Zuckerberg now.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you could just click on my picture and hit the friend button. I think that'll work. Right now, I'm just following. I don't know if messaging back makes us friends.
It allows you to be able to have access to me, so I'm thinking, make this friends, doesn't it?
I remember when life was so much simpler than this.
Yeah, if only there was a friend button and not a following button, that'd be
there
super
you go.
cool.
I've added you.
Okay, awesome.
It's done. It's done.
It didn't take 20 minutes.
Oh
yeah.
It's 3 minutes now, and I'm not as happy.
Yeah, that's legit. I just
That's
post a
an
bunch of
that's an
family stuff
interesting
on
last
Facebook.
name, by the way.
No, yeah, that's not how you actually spell it. I did it like that because there's a lot, like I said, there's bullies on Roblox. There's a lot of people trying to find my Facebook. So I change up the spelling every once in a while.
Smart move. Yeah.
Yeah.
There. Did you get my friend request?
I'm about to check right now.
I wasn't even allowed to have my own name on Facebook until 2 years ago, maybe. My first account got banned in 2009. Someone falsely reported me. Oh, what an asshole move. And my account got banned for no reason. I could never make it again. Yeah, it's just very strange. That's how it is. Because I had to go to the Facebook support. I was doing it, I think, once a week. I was going to the support page, uploading my ID, saying, for fuck's sake, this is, when are you gonna let me live? And I was doing that, I think, every week or every month for a few years. And then finally, I put in a particularly aggressive message and they finally accepted it, something like that. It just took so long. It's ridiculous. It's like, how hard is it to look at my ID? It's right there.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good talking to y'all. I gotta go help out the or not help out, but apparently wife said I have a package coming, apparently. So I'm gonna have to go check for that. But yeah, my DMs are always open. I do my best to answer all of them. But yeah, I'll be in touch, y'all. It was good talking.
That'd be awesome. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. It was very nice meeting you too.
I'm looking forward to our future endeavor.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, likewise. So I'll see you guys around. Good talking.
Yeah, you too. Take care.
All right. See you around.
Thanks.
Bye.